Don't look under the internet.
Why is your camera always on portrait mode?
What are you talking about?
The background's blurred.
Oh, yeah. I can get rid of that if you want.
You don't have to. I'm just...
Well, no, if it bothers you, Mike.
Oh. Anyway, but yeah, welcome to Don't Look Under the Internet, everybody. Matt, you had something you wanted to mention, yeah?
Yeah. So, last week at the beginning of the episode, if you listened to last week's episode, I mentioned that one of our longtime patrons, one of the original OG patrons of ours, had recently been diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer. And Zane's IRL friend hopped into the Discord today to let us know that he actually passed away today. And so we just wanted to say our condolences to anybody who knew Zane. And he was a really big part of the community in the Discord, especially in the really early days of the Discord. And we just want to make sure that he's remembered as the huge part of the community that he was. And we also mentioned that any donations that would be made to our Buy Me a Coffee for the month of February were going to be donated to a pancreatic cancer research charity. But Zane's friend let us know that there's actually going to be a memorial fund for Zane. So any money that we get for that for February is going to go to that instead. And we'll also post a link to his memorial fund in the Discord and on Patreon and stuff. So if anybody wants to send any money that way, you'll have the option to. Yep. So it feels a little bit inappropriate, I guess, to go for the rest of the episode and make the farty dicky jokes that we normally make. But honestly, Zane and his time in the Discord was responsible for some of the most offensive discussions that I've ever seen in my life.
He is responsible for a lot of the farty dicky jokes that came out of the Discord.
Yeah. So, Zane, wherever you are out there, whenever you get around to listening to this, hopefully you'll laugh along to the dicky farty jokes too. And this one's for you. So do you guys have...
If anyone has a drink...
glass to raise to Zane?
Glass raised, doesn't matter what's in it. This one's going out to Zane.
Here's to you. Here's to me. If we ever disagree...
To Zane.
Come on, Earth.
To Zane.
To Zane.
All right.
I would also like to note, if you do decide you want to donate to the funds, we kind of want to help them out as much as possible. If you do donate to the funds, if you want to send us some sort of, it doesn't have to be verification, but some sort of notice that you did, let us know, and we will do some sort of shout out for you as well. Anything we can do to help out over there, because like Moot said, he was a very, very fun and active member of the community, and we appreciate Zane.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
On the somber note,
unfortunately, that's a very somber note to leave this on. But we are going to try and put the spirits back where they need to be, especially doing an episode that Zane might be proud of. So
I hope he is.
I hope so too.
I hope this one echoes loud in the chambers for him. DLUTI.
Clap.
Housekeeping.
Above your head.
I did that one extra hard and it hurt my hands a little bit.
I saw that.
That was for him.
Oomph into that one.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mike.
Yeah. We do have quite a few patrons to shout out this week. Yes, we have 5 of them.
Yeah.
We have Gary McCammon. We have Plague Rat. We have The Power. We have Katrina Kennedy. And we have Caleb Fox.
Okay. We're getting like quite a powerful group of
We got like the Power
patrons.
Rangers here with us today, I feel. You guys are a bunch of teenagers with attitude.
Are you Mighty Morphin?
Are you Mighty Morphin enough.
They're teenagers with attitude and fancy belts.
Yeah, and fancy little coins that turn them into helmet-wearing power mutants. But you cannot use that coin at a...
Not an arcade. A Chuck E. Cheese
Arcade,
will
yes.
turn you away if
Yes.
you walk in there with that.
Yes, but thank you very much, Gary McCammon, Plague Rat, The Power, Katrina Kennedy, and Caleb Fox. You guys are wonderful people, along with all of you patrons. If you go to patreon.com/DLUTIPod, you can chuck in something or you can chuck in nothing, as per usual. Now's kind of the time to do it because we have a
Oh, yeah.
Whole-
We just made a bunch of changes.
whole bunch of bonus content as well as bonus, like, just stuff in general. Like, you get to watch me play stupid games for once a week for a good, like, hour and a half. I keep trying to beat the Akinator or whatever it's called.
Okay.
I can't beat it. I can't beat him.
I completely forgot that thing existed.
You watched it.
Yeah.
I told Jason, I'm like, I'm guessing Godzilla, and not just Godzilla, but the Roland Emmerich 1998 Godzilla.
Literally, he was so specific about it.
I was like, it needs to get this right, and it said it got it right. It said Godzilla 1998.
Yeah.
I was fucking floored, dude.
Yeah, you can't fool it. We'll get there. I think we have to go Lovecraft.
It is pretty good.
I guess it's
Ooh, that's a good idea.
what try to crack
A
it.
Lovecraftian entity.
Oh,
Lovecraft.
Yeah,
It's unexplainable. He'll never know.
Also, those fucking names. Like, if even if it does know what we're talking about, I don't know if it'll like be able to spell it correctly.
Yeah, I can try to get him to guess Elsa, the Ice Queen, but that might be a little too obvious. I can think of another.
Or Goofy the Dog Lord.
Yeah, I can think of another Ice Queen.
Goofy the dog lord.
Oh shit!
Dog
Was this a
Lord.
bird scooter?
It
you were
was a
saying?
bird scooter, but you ran it over with Goofy the Dog Lord.
Well,
Whoops.
I have another
Gorsh.
Ice Queen that we're talking about
another
today.
Ice Queen.
Yeah, and that's the topic.
Just Ice Queen.
Just Ice Queen. No,
We are talking Ice Queen today.
Her name is Annora Petrova.
Annora Petrova. Petrova.
Petrova. Petrova. It sounds like Annora Petrova. Kind of sounds like a shitty Harry Potter spell.
Annora Petrova.
Yeah, it's like you're gonna turn someone into like a muffin or some shit. I don't know, like just something dumb.
Mike the Spellsmith over here.
Yeah, Spellsmith. How cool of a job would that? How come
He has
no?
PhD in spelling.
How come no fantasy world has had like a spellsmith where it's one guy coming up with like ways
It's
to
like
make
the people
spells?
coming up with the magic.
Yeah.
Instead of like, oh, this is the spell.
No fantasy world has done that yet. Okay, if you're a fantasy writer listening right now, burn whatever you're doing.
You
Do that instead.
You want magic, the logistics behind the thing that gets shit done.
Yeah.
Is what you want. You want like the boring.
I want
like
the bureaucracy of spell making. Yeah,
the process behind the magic.
exactly.
Okay.
But yes, it's Annora Petrova. Where, how, what?
Where, how, what? That's a fantastic question there, Mike.
Who be?
Who's important?
Who's important?
Who is important?
Actually, who is the most important? Probably.
Yeah, I would say so, and that's actually a question that's going to persist throughout this entire little story.
Oh, I know who's important.
is?
Who dat is indeed. So Annora Petrova. Annora Petrova was allegedly a very, very talented figure skater.
Allegedly, you say.
I'm going to say that because that's kind of the heart of this mystery.
Will we get sued if you don't say allegedly?
I don't know.
Get the legal Zoom guys on the phone
Are you
right
saying-
now.
Are you saying allegedly she was a figure skater or allegedly she was talented?
I'm saying she was allegedly talented, allegedly everything. Everything I say about her is allegedly.
Allegedly.
Okay.
So allegedly, she was she was born in Portland to one Mikhail Petrova and a Nancy Petrova.
Allegedly.
She was born to Mikhail
and Nancy. Yeah. Nicknamed Annie, more Americanized, I'm assuming, considering, Annora might not be looked at in the same light as just Annie.
Annora. Wait, isn't that the name of the princess lady from fucking Willow? Isn't it Annora?
The movie?
Yeah.
Oh.
No idea.
Or is it? I think it's Annora. You keep talking. Me look up.
I have to. It's been a fucking minute since I've seen that movie.
You keep talking. Me
I don't
look
think
up.
I even know what you're talking about.
Willow is old. It's from like the
Willow
80s,
is
I think.
such a good fucking movie.
That's probably why I don't know it.
1989.
1989,
and it
I
has
think.
fucking Val Kilmer playing
Yeah.
Mad Mardigan.
Yep.
Oh, it's so fucking good. It's such a good movie. Anyway.
You guys are gonna hate me for this, but I don't understand. Everybody jizzes about 80s movies, and I don't get it. I think they're bad.
That's
I think
absolutely.
they're so campy.
Oh
and
my God.
I
I
think
don't.
that's the appeal, especially
That
when
is the appeal. Mood. Can
No, I
you
know.
mute him? Can you just mute him?
I know that's the appeal, and I don't know.
I have never been as pissed off as I am right now.
that's all it took. Apparently, is Matt
Yeah,
saying.
that was the last straw.
Yep, I'm leaving the show permanently. You did this
That's
to me.
fine.
Well, I mean, to be fair, this is coming from a man whose favorite monster horror movie is Pumpkinhead, which I will say it's a good movie, but there are better.
Keep going. Shut up. Talk about your other thing.
I'm on Mike's list now.
I think if I kept talking, I might add myself
Yeah,
to
you're
that
getting
list.
there. You're fucking getting there.
All right, I'm going to keep going about Annora Petrova. So,
Alora, that was it.
Allura.
He's because the way
Oh, yes.
the way what's his name, the actor Warwick Davis says it. He's like Elora,
Allura.
because he's like 18 in that movie. He's like Elora.
Are you going to see the remake when it comes out?
I've already watched. It's the show.
Is it
It's already out. Yeah. It's
Oh,
done.
shit. Wow. I am behind on my fucking TV
Wow,
releases.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Is it?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was pretty good.
Okay. I have to check that out. Kelly's been bugging me about it, so we should do that. So back to Annora Petrova, or Annie, as she is nicknamed, as it's easier to call her by that name in the US of A because we are great at foreign pronunciations over here. But from a very young age, she had been pretty dedicated to ice skating, and by the age of 13, she was something called a Crystal Classic champion, and I can only assume that the Crystal Classic is like the Kentucky Derby for ice skating. I'm assuming. I'm not sure. Well, wouldn't the Olympics be that?
Kentucky
Derby.
Derby.
The Olympics are the Kentucky.
Ice skaters.
I think I mean more in like fame than like core
They're still like whipping them like yeah.
It's just it's smaller statured people on top of giant statured people who are ice skating, and that's what the Crystal Classic Championship is all about.
Okay.
That was the worst way you could put that. There's the Kentucky Derby of ice skating.
I don't know, man. What's another famous like
A roller derby.
a famous championship
NASCAR.
title?
It's the NASCAR of ice skating.
But
that's like a whole series. That's not an
it's
event.
not that though. It's like I don't know, the Wimbledon or the World Cup or the Super Bowl for ice skating.
Okay. There you go.
And pick any of those. But the one she was also being trained by the famous skater Sergei Polkiv for the Olympics. And that was kind of where her destiny, as she might put it, lie. Her ice skating career it was going pretty well. Until one day, right before the Crystal Classic Championship, she decided, just for shits and giggles, I'm gonna Google myself and see what comes up.
Have you done that before?
I have.
I googled myself and an old pedophile came
a pedophile came up for you.
up, and I don't like that.
Hey, Lemon, can I Google myself in your own? How else are you gonna do it?
What a timely reference that not many get.
Jesus. Fuck. What was I just saying?
There, Lemon.
Right. She's Googling herself. So she Googles herself and she finds a Wikipedia page that it's all about her. And the weird thing about it is it says that she is going to win the championship the next day. Like it's already posted that she won it. Almost like it's an afterthought. And that's kind of the beginnings of this very strange story about Annora Petrova.
I just Googled myself and I got the Minion Energy Charity Classic of Mitsubishi Electric Championship at Hualalala. He's a professional golfer. He's a professional golfer. Yo, I did it. I got past pedophile rank. I'm in professional golfer rank now.
I will say, I would love to like experiment with being a golf announcer. Like those guys' voices are just so fucking smooth. You just get nice and real close to the
Yeah, it
mic.
basically is ASMR.
And we got Michael Allen on the green with a 43-yard putt, leaning slightly.
He's got
to
a
the
knife.
Now he's standing in the middle of the green, Googling himself.
right. When will this stop? We don't know, but we'll cover every second.
Oh shit! The Federalist Society. Yes.
Mike's on his own he's in his own world right now.
Go ahead. I'm gonna Google each of us while you keep going.
Well, it's your turn because I'm bird scootering
okay.
you right into a topic. So when we're talking about Annora Petrova, a weird thing happens. If you were to Google Annora Petrova, you don't find a whole lot of information. You do find a lot of information about a famous figure skating team, like a duo.
One could say famous. The other could say I had no idea who these people
I
were.
actually don't know how fame works in the figure skating
Yeah.
world.
Famous in their own right.
Yeah,
Just because Mike doesn't know.
Honestly, I would, for some reason, these two show up. I would say someone like a Tanya Hardy should have shown up more because it's more on brand, in my opinion.
Okay. I think it's just the name.
Who's the one that smashed her knees or whatever?
No idea what you're
Are you
talking
talking about? Was that Michelle
Who's
Kwan?
the one that
No,
smashed her
No,
knee?
Michelle Kwan's the one that won like third place or something.
Right.
Who smashed
Wow. We're doing this in real time.
Tanya Harding?
Welcome to DLUTI, where we're actually researching the show in the middle
Nancy
of it.
Kerrigan. It was Nancy Kerrigan. She was clubbed on the knee.
Jesus.
Oh, God.
Anyway, so
She was clubbed on the knee?
yeah, it was this whole thing
By
back in the
who?
90s. So Nancy Kerrigan and Tanya Harding were two competing ice skaters, and
Is there that much beef? Like,
so Nancy Kerrigan was very, very allegedly very jealous of Tanya Harding. So she hired a hitman to break her kneecaps, and he did it. And
Jesus.
Tanya Harding still came out a couple years later and was able to skate. She didn't win. I don't think she won like first place or anything, but she got relatively high up there for having broken knees.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
You know.
I think that might be more on brand for future. Spoiler for what might come with this. But anyway, so we're talking about two different people. We're talking about Maria Petrova and Alexei Tikhanov.
So Maria Petrova, the last name checks out there.
The last name does check out there. And who these people are they are a tag team ice skating duo who won I believe the 2000 and the 2002 Olympics. And then they were like, oh, we're going to retire. And then they're from Russia, and Russia was like, you're not fucking, I don't know who you think you are, thinking you can retire. Mother Russia needs their ice skating. And so they came back in 2006, and I don't believe they won in 2006, if I remember correctly. But
So what was it all for?
That's a valid question.
that is a valid question.
You want to answer that, Mike?
What was what all for?
That's a valid question. Now explain your question.
Why are we laughing?
He has no idea what his question was.
Nope.
He has no idea. Okay.
Was I supposed to look more into these two figures?
No, not at all.
Okay, great.
I'm just trying to provide some kind of semblance of content because
I was gonna say,
we're
was
20
there-
minutes, man, and we're like 2/3 of the way through it.
I was going to say, was there something more I had to look up
No,
there?
not at
Because they're
all.
just two Russian skate figures.
You just,
No, just the.
I felt like I asked something that might have provided some deeper insight.
I feel like it was a pretty basic, fundamental question that.
No, you get nothing from me.
That's a great question.
It's one of those nights. I'm telling you that right quick.
Matt was looking for an answer, not a compliment. Like, oh man, you're great at answering. You're
gave
great
you-
at these questions. I'm so happy you have them.
I gave you the politician answer.
Good job, buddy.
That's a fantastic
Here's a
question. I'm
fucking
glad you
gold
asked
star.
it. And I move on to the next.
Alrighty then.
Yeah, so I mean, you figure for some reason these two come up. Maria and Alexei come up anytime you look up Annora Petrova, which it must be because of the last name. There might be more of a connection there, but from everything I can look up, they're not. These are just two fine figure skaters doing fine figure skating. I think the connection there is the last name and the words figure and skating and ice probably.
Ice is probably in there. Yeah.
Also Russian. I'm assuming Russian as well.
Yeah.
Riveting. The words figure and skating. Figure.
What was their favorite move to perform on the ice, Mike?
Probably what was it from Blaze of Glory? The White Lotus?
I don't know.
I forgot what it was called. It was like the White Lotus
don't
or something
know.
like that. Oh, shit. Drop the peanut.
We're
okay.
Some would say that movie is the dodgeball of figure skating.
They'd be correct, sir.
If you can dodge a skate, you can dodge a
You
wrench.
can dodge a wrench. That's really the only big connection is that we know of. There could be a hidden mystery that someone just hasn't solved yet. But right now, the only connection is,
the last name. And there's really nothing else about someone named Annora Petrova, right?
No, not that I could find.
It's more so when you search Petrova and ice skating,
You
and
just
anything
get
it's
Maria and Alexei.
Maria and Alexei.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, if you make it backwards, it's a Rona.
There you go. The Rona.
No.
We're in it now, everybody. No, I mean the big thing comes from this Wikipedia article. That's like the main place that we get all the information from. And there's like a hefty chunk where this Annora woman has actually left like a letter for her friend about said Wikipedia page.
Okay. So speaking of the Wikipedia article.
Yeah, fuck you, Matt. You don't get to talk about your letter yet.
I was just waiting for the Zawith Wowie.
The Wowith Zawith.
Of the Zowie degree.
Wowith Zawith.
You got to sound smart about it. So speaking of this Wikipedia and like the changes being made to it, it was weird that somebody predicted that she would win the what was it? The Crystal
City, Crystal Lake,
not Crystal City,
Camp
not
Crystal
Crystal
City,
Lake, nope.
Crystal Town,
You're not helping at all.
Crystal Palace,
the Crystal
The
Classic,
Kentucky Derby.
the Kentucky Derby. Yes, no, the Crystal Classic Championship.
That's the one.
It was a little weird. So as her competitive career kind of goes on with figure skating, she ends up entering the Olympics. And this became kind of like a tradition for her, is she would check the Wikipedia page about her before any kind of competition just to see if anything was updated.
I just looked it up. Crystal Classic competition in Portland.
It is in Portland, where Annora Petrova was born.
Wow, yeah.
Portland, Oregon.
Put those connections together.
Put those grippers
Portland,
away.
Figure skating, Petrova.
Petrova, the
That's all you
first
need.
letter and the last letter of
You
every...
figure it out. Hey, when I look up your LinkedIn comes up.
Why are we Googling me? I understand that's been the trend of the week, but... fuck, what was I just talking? Oh, right. Okay, so her...
Hey, Shifting Sands popped up.
That's... Look at that. The Google algorithm is working.
Dude.
Look at that.
Nice.
Jason's got all the SEO.
I had just all of it, and I don't want it. I don't want anyone to find
There's
me
a
ever.
worm in my dune. Anyway, continue forward.
Jesus Christ. So it became kind of like tradition for her to check the Wikipedia page about her before competitions. And right before she was about to compete in the Olympics, she went on the Wikipedia page. Instead of just observing, she added to it, and she said, Annora won the Olympics. And after this, her life kind of took a terrible, terrible fucking turn.
That's terrible.
So this Wikipedia page that brought her, I mean, up until this point, like nothing but just good things, you know, winning championships and competitions.
Like 2 whole good things.
2 whole good things. And that's more than has happened.
The internet has given
It's
to
not
anybody.
a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice.
It is some. Yes. After she adds this, she goes back and she checks it. And now the Wikipedia article says, Annora Petrova is a selfish little bitch who is going to get what she deserves.
Wow. Rude.
That's very rude.
That's just mean.
I mean, you don't need to say this.
If I went on the internet and someone said, Mike is an asshole, I would be very upset. But actually, no, because that's probably happened a couple times already.
You're on Twitter enough. I'm sure
People
you've gotten
do think
a lot
I'm
of
an asshole
toxicity.
all the time, especially because I post a lot of shit that people don't like.
I think my favorite thing about you, though, is like your ability to look at someone's shitty opinion and be like, well, you're entitled to have that opinion, but I also don't have to interact with you anymore. And then you just don't.
My favorite.
It's pretty great.
Mike do be posting a lot of polarizing things on Twitter.
Yeah. You're a little radical social justice warrior.
Hell yeah, I am.
But I will say,
Hell yeah, bro.
And rad, dude. And I mean every
People
word
have
of
said
it.
mean things about all of us in the YouTube comments. So
Not you. They couldn't about you.
Yeah, I don't think they have much to say about you. You've shown us nothing but good things.
I'm sure it's happened.
Impossible.
Impossible. Oh no, somebody did say something. It doesn't matter. We'll move on.
Let's go into Self-Degradation City real quick. We'll just make a quick pit stop. So yes, okay, Wikipedia changes. So these kind of changes start happening more and more frequently, and she'll get things like Annora Petrova is a pathetic orphan whose real parents died in a terrible accident. That's a little fucking personal.
Yeah, that's not fun to hear.
Yeah, no, not at all. And so she gets several of these, but the one that kind of shakes her to her core is the change that says Annie Petrova, born 5th of May, died October 24th, 2010, was an American junior figure skating winner who died a lonely orphan death because she was a greedy little piggy.
Well, that's just mean.
That's
rude.
That's very rude.
Uncalled for.
Yeah. Another thing that's uncalled for, Matt. When I googled you, an influencer popped up who has 330,000 followers on Instagram. So you got some competition.
Actually, he's using my identity.
He kind of looks like you. No.
What?
Are you the new queen of YouTube, Matt?
Am I the new queen of YouTube? You know what I said before about how like I like to go around and invade podcasts?
Yeah.
This is all just like for reaction content. You guys are gonna end up on a react video, and I gotta warn you now, it's not.
What's up, gamers? It's me.
Just cringe city.
It's just a prank, bros. I'm sorry.
Yee.
Smash that like bar. It's your boy Torpedo Joe.
Well, Torpedo Joe is a character I want to flesh out now. That sounds incredible.
Torpedo Joe.
We'll get on
What
it.
up? Torpedo Joe. Torpedo Joe's definitely got a backwards hat.
Oh, absolutely.
His nips are always rock hard through that tank. Like,
I feel like
Or he's wearing like those Under Armour, like skin tight, like mock neck things. You know what I'm talking about.
Absolutely. I feel like if Torpedo Joe was a person, he'd aspire to look like Fred Durst. Yeah. Probably. So these Wikipedia changes are happening, and this last one is very fucking threatening. It actually puts a death date, and Annora, as far as she can tell, is still fucking very much alive.
but the creepy thing is everything that this Wikipedia article has said so far has come true.
Right.
So
yes,
that's
it's all been
not
spot on.
fun.
This is the Wikipedia medium. Like it's.
Yeah.
I just wish I could see an advertisement for like
Wikimedium?
that service. The Wikimedium, yes. We'll tell you your fortune, but we only post Wikipedia articles about it, so you have to find it.
Like we'll be like what is her name? Madam
fucking
from they had the documentary about
Cleo.
her. Cleo, Madam Cleo, yeah.
Yeah. Holy shit. Okay. The Madam Cleo of the internet.
Where she always goes in and out of that Jamaican accent. Like at first, I'm not gonna do it because I think that's a little racist.
Come on.
Don't
do it.
Okay, I'm doing it as a caricature. As a character. She's always like straight up from the beginning, she's like, "Oh, let me read the Bones, child." And then and then like later on, she's like, "Oh yeah, your man's cheating on you. Yeah, oh, let me read the Bones."
Like a thick Brooklyn
the cards
accent.
say that he's cheating on you. I also went a little Wisconsin-y with it too. I was like,
you drink the Bones dairy.
Yeah, but yeah, she had like this heavy accent at first, and then it just vanished.
Yes.
And now we're canceled. I hope you two are happy.
And if last week's episode didn't do it, I don't think that's going to.
You know what? I feel like you don't care as much, Moo, because you have unplanned potency to fall back on as well.
Yeah, that's going so great.
That's his
I
security
would say so. New episode out, unplanned potency. Go look it up. The new episode. Woo! It's a banger, and it's really fun and kind of makes you think some adult things that you. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we made Mike question all of his life choices. briefly.
Yeah, just a little. I messaged you guys at like 2 a.m. like, Mood, I gotta say, this is fucking me up.
Like, I'm not okay.
So Annie gets this death threat. After she not to take away from the fun here, but Annie does get a death threat and she freaks the fuck out. So she
Is this the same Annie from Annie's Typing?
Annie 96
Oh,
is
shit.
typing.
Maybe it's
Yeah.
a universe
Maybe
with Michael Jackson's Annie too, like
It's
you were
just-
saying.
It's just the Annie universe. Annie, are you okay? Is the first one. Annie 96 is typing is the second one, and Annie Petrova is the third. No, rightfully so. She gets freaked the fuck out. So she writes a letter to her friend Bree. Matt, do you have that letter with you?
I have the letter. Let me unfurl it and
roll the scroll.
and take a gander. Boy, should have read this before.
Wait a minute.
okay.
I goofed it, by the way, before. I think Tanya Harding paid someone to break Nancy Kerrigan's kneecaps.
Those names are
Fucking whatever. It's one of those
You can
two.
literally tell me whatever you want right now, and I'll be like, sure, Mike.
you could say
Great.
Tony Hawk fucked Stephen Hawking, and I'd be like, sure. I'm sure you know more about that than I do.
Now I'm just imagining Stephen Hawking ice skating. Tony Hawk has just pushed him out onto the ice.
You're doing it, man. Just so excited.
I've never felt so alive.
Thank you, Tony Hawk.
I forgot you could do the robot voice.
I always find a good figure skating. Thank you, Tony Hawk.
Oh fuck. Okay.
Oh my god.
Yeah, letter. Got it right here. So
I'm sorry, I can't stop thinking about Stephen Hawking and Tony Hawk hanging out together at an ice rink. Jesus. All right, go ahead. I'm so sorry, Matt.
were you going to say something, or was that just what you were
No,
gonna
I'm
bring
just
up
thinking
again?
about it, and I'm laughing about it out loud, and I'm interrupting the whole goddamn thing. So
Okay. All right. Well, let me read this fucking email.
Go ahead.
Okay. To Bree Ice EQ at blank 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 blank.com.
Hotmail. Just say Hotmail. Yeah.
Subject, Bree, please read this. Bree, don't delete this. I know you hate me, but we were best friends once, and I need you to read this. I think I'm in serious trouble and there's nothing you can do, but I need you to read this so that you understand. I know we haven't talked since sectionals. It's been forever. But what happened to you wasn't my fault. At least, it wasn't entirely my fault. I know everybody thinks that it was, but I would never do anything to hurt you. This is going to sound crazy, but I need to tell you this so that someone knows. It started when we were in 8th grade. It was the night before the Crystal Classic competition. I was at home and I couldn't sleep because I was so nervous about competing. Well, I got on the computer, just sort of surfing the web and stuff, but I couldn't concentrate on anything. I was just sitting there, so I Googled myself. I never should have done that, Bree. At first, it was all the usual stuff you find when you Google yourself. Then I found a link to a Wikipedia page about me. I thought our club, or my dad made it or something. There wasn't much there. Just some basic facts about skating, what city I lived in. But the thing that got me was that it said that I had won that year's Crystal Classic. I laughed. I thought for sure that someone just did this to encourage me. I confronted my dad about it, but he denied it. When I won the competition the next day, I was so happy. That was my first competition and I had never ever won, and it felt so good. Remember how hard I worked for that? That's when my parents hired Sergey to coach me. You know how much that must have cost. After that, I would check my page before every competition, and it would always tell the results of how I placed. It said that I would win the regionals at 15, and it all came true. After that, Sergey convinced my mom that I had a real shot at the Olympics, and that's when they pulled me from school. I skated every day, but I wasn't just progressing the way that Sergey said I needed to if I wanted a shot at the championship. I was working so hard and I was skating well, but still Sergey said it wasn't good enough. When the sectionals came, all I could think about was winning, so I did something that I shouldn't have. Everybody was saying that you were the favorite, and I felt like I had already lost the competition, so I made a Wikipedia account and tried to update the page to say that I was the winner. The thing is that after I tried to update the page, I checked it, and all it said was Annora Petrova is a selfish little bitch who is going to get what she deserves. I broke down, That's why I looked so awful the next day. I was in a daze. I remember watching your routine and seeing your blade snap, and the next thing I know, I was on the ground, and my face was covered in blood from where the tip flew off and sliced my forehead. Then, they told me that it was my fault because I had your skates in my possession earlier. Bree, honestly, I didn't do anything to your skates. I wanted to win, but I wouldn't do anything to hurt you. When they told me that I was banned from other competitions, everyone said that I got what I deserved. Nobody even asked for my side of the story. I guess you heard that Sergey dropped me after that. He said that I ruined him. No one would talk to me. Do you know what it's like to be ostracized by everyone? I couldn't even get ice time. And then the page got worse. Every time I'd check it, it would say all these horrible things about me. I couldn't even tell you half of them. The language was so vile. I'd cry every time I read it, but I couldn't stop checking it. I knew I had to do something, so I made a complaint to Wikipedia. I even tried calling them, but no one there claimed to know anything about the page. I was home alone that Friday night, and I decided to check and see if it had been taken down. The page was still there, but only this time it said, Annora Petrova is a pathetic little orphan. I freaked. I kept calling my parents to warn them, but every time I'd call, all I would hear was this horrible laughter on the other end. I must have called them 100 times until I couldn't take the sound of laughing anymore. After the accident, the police gave me their phones, and there wasn't any record of the calls that night. I was so devastated. Before that, I was so busy training all day and doing homeschool, I never realized just how alone I had been the entire time. I know that you tried to reach out, but I was so depressed and angry that I just shut everything out. Once I turned 18 and got the settlement money from the court, I came to Switzerland. I got to reinvent myself. My skating really took off. It hasn't been a year, and I feel like everything that happened was so long ago. That's why I shouldn't have done it, Bree. I'm writing you now from an old hotel outside of Prague. I'm auditioning for the ice circus tomorrow. I know it's the kind of thing that we used to make fun of, but I really want this. I was really feeling nervous, and out of an old habit, I checked my page. It's so hard to say this, but when I checked the page to see if I'd get the job tomorrow, all it says is Annora Petrova died friendless and alone, and it has today's date listed as the date of my death. I'm sobbing so hard I can barely type this, but I wanted you to know the truth. Please believe me, Bree. I attached a screenshot of the page so you'll believe me. It's all there, just like I told you. I don't know what to do. I don't know anyone here, and nobody speaks English. I keep refreshing the page. God, it's been forever. I keep refreshing the page, but it still hasn't changed. I'm waiting for midnight. I don't know what to do, so I lock myself in my room. There's only a few minutes to midnight now. All I can do is refresh the page. I'm exhausted, but I can't stop. I'm afraid to leave the computer until I know what happens next. Wowie zowie.
And
Wowie
scene.
And scene.
I acted that whole thing out for you, Moot. Don't even worry
I saw
about
you
it.
out of the corner of my eye flailing around like a wild individual.
I had to give some sort of je ne sais quoi to whatever you're doing.
Really spice it up. Really
Yeah, of
add to
course.
the flair. So yeah, that's the email that she
The so-called Bree receives.
so-called Bree receives this email. And we're kind of left on a cliffhanger. We don't know exactly what happens to her. All that we know is that she was worried that she was going to die, and she was going to stay by the computer until something happened.
You can't send Cheese a mail.
What?
What?
Her name is Bree. You can't
my
You
send her
fucking
Cheese.
God. Matt, I'm glad you and I had the same fucking reaction of like, what the fuck? Where the fuck is this coming from or going?
Did you guys also know?
She's a male.
Did you also know that figure skating is the oldest winter game?
Actually did know that. I learned that on my Alaskan cruise.
Dude, that's awesome. Did you also know that it was a clever invention that made figure skating possible? And it was a guy that was inventing secure clips for metal skates. It wasn't possible to perform intricate maneuvers on blades. They would fall off, so he made those.
What?
I have no idea.
I don't think I understood that.
So did you know that ice dancing grew out of the waltz?
What?
Out of
Matt,
the wall.
okay, let's Mike.
Did you know that a plane crash wiped out the entire U.S. team in 1961?
Do you want to stop talking about this and tell us what happened to Annora Petrova?
Oh, God, she died.
Oh God, she died. Don't you know?
Yeah.
Oh God, she died.
So the last that we know
Wait,
of
so ice skating
Nora,
being the oldest winter sport, is this the oldest recognized like winter Olympic sport, or is this like the oldest
Are you talking like
game
Greek?
that anybody played in the ice? Because I kind of doubt that. I'm sure
figure
there
skating debuted during the London Olympic
Debuted.
Games in 1908.
Yep.
predating the official Winter Games by 16 years.
Yes.
But Annora Petrova, unfortunately, was found by the Prague police,
Okay.
which sounds like security for like a prog rock band. The Prague police.
The Prague police.
So they found her, unfortunately, dead at her computer with the note that she wrote to Bree attached to the computer.
You're using too much distortion. Fucking cool it, man. Sorry, I'm still hooked on Prague police.
Prague police. I feel like they make songs that are like mountains come out of the sky and they stand there.
Did you know that the blade on ice skating blades is serrated in the front?
I did know that. So you can kick people in the shins and kill them if you need to.
They spin at 300 RPM.
Who's they? And what are you
What do
talking
you
about?
think is the dog
Stephen
outside?
Hawking.
Yes, Stephen Hawking.
He spins at 300 rotations per minute.
Spinning around going,
Gotcha.
Oh.
That's What are you talking about?
Vocals are banned during routines. The skaters, when they skate and
They
do
can't
the
talk, or like
Apparently
there's no
not.
vocals in the lyrics.
You may not have noticed, but at many top-level competitions, skaters who take to the ice with musical accompaniment have to abide by a strict rule. None of the music can include vocals. I wonder if that's a copyright thing.
But that doesn't explicitly prevent the skaters from using vocals.
They can't use props.
So they could be like doing flips and shit on the ice, and at the same time just like
doing flips and shit. They also can't use props. So Carrot Top, unfortunately, has
damn.
no business
No foam
being
fingers.
a skater.
But yeah, they could be
Or no-
spinning around singing along to the instrumentals.
yeah,
That-
exactly.
Somebody should do that. I would
Fucking
watch that
try and stop
routine.
me.
It's like somebody out there. If anybody out there is a figure skater or knows a figure skater, I don't have any power over it to do anything, but I would be appreciative if you would do a skating routine where you skate to an instrumental of any Limp Bizkit song. And do Fred Durst's vocals
Break
over
shit.
top of it while,
Yes.
while you're skating. It's just one of those days.
You can kind of provide
Just
that.
spinning around, just go, she's a bullshit.
Your voice provides the flair for that
They
routine.
just come out the gate going, introducing chocolate covered starship and the hot dog flavored water. Okay, so here's this last one, which
Keep on rolling, baby.
I love. Okay, actually, on that note, I would actually love it if a figure skater went out to no music, and you just hear like it's dead silent, and you just hear every time they land, you just hear like a little like, you just hear like a, and they just go,
just completely silent.
and you just hear that.
If he hears anyone like talking in the crowd, he's like, "Sir, I need to start over now. God damn it!"
Threw off my groove.
Complete silence.
Now you fucked up.
The last thing I want to say is that apparently in figure skating, the U.S. wins a medal every fucking time. Collusion. They have won at least one medal during every event dating back to 1948. That's 18 consecutive
Is there a
competitions.
conspiracy here?
USA, USA, US. Proud to be an American, or at least I know
What
I'm
is
free.
happening right now?
I sailed the Massachusetts to the great Rhode Island Sea.
I think it might make more sense to you, Matt.
Is that the hot rod bit?
Jesus Christ.
Well, what an episode, everybody. That's
Well, no, we
Annora
didn't even
Petrova.
go over. Do we think this is real or fake?
Oh God, it's so fake.
Is that necessary?
Okay, you know what? I take it back. You know, on go, we'll say if it's real or fake. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go.
Real.
Fake.
You see, Mike?
Okay, it's real as in it was written by a person in real life. I'll give
Oh
you
no,
that.
I think this actually happened.
Yeah.
here.
All right, elaborate. Go ahead. Let me hear this. Wait,
Uh,
let me pull my let me pull my leg up and just look at you like a disappointed father. Hang on. Okay,
you-
go ahead. Go ahead.
have you ever seen the movie Anastasia?
No, with Rasputin,
Well,
evil witch doctor Rasputin.
I mean, yes, yeah, and Bartok, the albino white bat.
Is that no? That's a famous actor. I don't remember who though. It's like fucking.
I'm not
like
talking
Andy
about the
Dick or
actor.
something.
The name of the bat was Bartok. I don't care about the actor's name. I'm talking about the bat. Do you remember that movie?
Yeah, I know of it.
Okay, well, if you've seen, no, that's not what I asked. Do you remember the movie?
I haven't watched it. I know of it. I've never seen it.
Well, I don't know if this will work then, but okay. So you don't remember the scene where Anastasia is crossing out of the castle and running for her life?
From the movie I have not seen, no, I do not remember that scene.
Then this isn't gonna fucking work. Then I don't know what to tell you.
I remember the bat rap. I'm
the
Batty.
Batty rap. No, that's from Fern. That's from Fern Gully.
I can't tell if Mike doesn't understand the point you're trying to make or if he's trying to be like deliberately obtuse.
Oh, there's no point on my end. I'm just trying to find a way to make him look worse than me at this point. And it's
all
not
down
working.
here from hill for me.
It's not working at all. But
So,
yeah, no,
okay.
it's fake.
So wait, so Moot, why do you think it's real, huh?
So here's the thing about Wikipedia. Whenever someone updates Wikipedia, they have to go through a 10-step verification process that includes a rectal scan,
Wow.
a toe fungus culture,
Okay.
okay, and
10. Hold on.
three pieces of mail
From different addresses.
from different addresses in different countries to prove that they're not working for a nation state. And
Unbiased. You got to
Yeah.
be unbiased.
exactly.
3 pieces of.
And so it is a perfectly flawless and immutable system that could never be altered in any way to make anything seem like it happened that didn't.
Why we got
You know, he's got a point. I don't know how to argue with that. I think is the way to put that. There's 3 pieces of mail from different addresses.
From different
gotta go.
countries. That's the important
I gotta
thing.
go to
Yes.
the DMV.
You have to be a citizen of the world here in order to get published to Wikipedia.
Well, the last
You
You
wanna get out of this-
speechless.
I think Mike wants to get out of this fucking episode. I think
not-
Mike is just done.
it's a 50 minutes. Oh God, we pushed us to 50 minutes. I'm impressed.
I know we got another 10 in us, man. What do you know about fucking ice skating? Let's hear more about
25
ice skating.
ice skating facts. Bring it on.
Oh
Come on.
God!
And we'll tell you if you're right or wrong.
Damn it! Ice skating facts about history. It's Scandinavian. There's one. I'm not gonna do this for 10 minutes. You know what I can do though, is I could tell the people to skate your way on over to DLUTIPod.com.
You know what would be a fun game?
Go ahead, interrupt me.
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna cut you right off because I will forget. We should play the game figure skating like trick or children's game. Because I feel like we wouldn't know what is what.
You mean like read off names of figure skating tricks and children's games mashed together? And you wouldn't-
No. Like I read the name of a children's game and you
Right.
tell me if it's a children's game or
Well, if you read the name of a children's game, I'm going to know it's a children's game.
I won't tell you it's a children's game. I'm gonna be like, oh, it's Putt-Putt's Grand Adventure. Is that a fucking ice skating trick or a game?
That's great.
Okay, I got one for you. The Peaceable Kingdom. The Peaceable Kingdom.
See, that's a good one. I don't know.
I'm not telling you either. I looked up either ice skating moves or children's board games. You have to tell me which is which.
Okay, ice skating moves are children's board games. See, now we have to go into this thinking that Mike's gonna try to fuck us up.
Okay.
That sounds like a board game.
Peaceable Kingdom.
Peaceable Kingdom.
Peaceable Kingdom. I think it's a board
I'm
game.
gonna say board game.
Yeah.
Children's board game.
That is correct.
Okay, I was fucking
All right, I got another one. Hang on.
okay.
Where'd it go? I had this one. Busy Town.
That is an ice skating trick if I ever heard one.
It's a game. You're an idiot.
You didn't even let me vote.
All
You're
right.
not playing fair.
Fine.
Will you
Fine.
please just will you try to pretend that the space that we're currently playing in right now is like worth your time?
It is worth my time.
For me, just for me.
It is worth my time.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Okay. Hang on.
Give us another one then.
I will. Hang on 1 second. I'm just waiting for this computer from 1,200 years ago to load up.
Oh my god.
Oh, ass. That's not
This
doing
computer
anything.
influenced the original abacus.
Dude, you're fucking telling me. Spoiler alert. I don't have that many names to them.
Wait, how
Mike's
many ice cream
operating on
tricks are there?
Pentium 0 right now.
In the famous words of Weird Al, what kind of chip you
Okay,
got in there, Dorito?
well, okay, how about this one? Is this Beelman?
What?
What's the question?
Is it an ice skating move or a children's
board
game?
game.
Beelman.
Ooh.
Sorry, I should pronounce it right. Beelman. It's a different language.
Ooh.
I'm going with trick.
I'm going to go with the trick, too.
It is a trick. I made up the pronunciation thing to try to throw you off. I can't find move names. Oh, hell yeah. Okay, hold up. Here we go. You guys are in for it fucking now. Oh, fuck yeah. All right, hang on.
Next week, Mike is going to be like a certifiable expert on figure skating.
Apparently,
He's just gonna go
because
down a rabbit hole.
That's what he's going to dedicate his time to instead of researching.
Oh, yeah.
The
He's going to
topic.
know nothing about the topic, but when it comes to figure skating, he's our resident expert.
okay, here's one. Ready? The Twister.
That is not
I
fair.
mean, twist. Oh, you're a fuck.
He is a fuck.
There's no right answer. I mean, well, I guess the right answer is it's no. There is one right.
There's
answer.
a catch
It's
here.
trick.
There's a catch
Yeah.
here. There's a catch here.
It's a trick,
But which one is it?
huh?
Which way is he tricking? Which way is he tricking us? Is the trick?
Well, the
If you
game.
get it wrong. If
I'll
you get
let-
it wrong,
I'll
you
let
take a shot.
Jason answer, and then I'll give my
Children's game.
If you get it wrong, you have to take a shot.
Okay. Children's game.
trick.
Why do you think children's game? Because the game Twister.
Because you know of the popular children's game named Twister.
Matt,
Yes.
why do you think it's a trick?
Because
because it's
the
called the
game is
Twister?
because the game is called Twister, not the Twister.
Well,
Motherfucker.
it is
Semantics.
actually the game. I put the in there to throw you off.
You can't do that. You can't just.
All right,
You can't just do that. You can't. Just, you can't just change the rules of the game, man. You can't just make things up.
Well, here I am. All right, here's another one for you. Ready?
Okay.
Dixit.
I really hope that's not a children's game.
It's,
What'd you
It's
say?
called Dixit. Dixit. Dixit.
I feel like this is like a Dig
Keep in
Dug
mind-
ripoff.
Keep in mind, the weird thing is, some of these figure skating names are weird because it's Scandinavian. Dixit.
I guess that's a trick.
I'm gonna say trick.
Dixit. You're both going with a trick?
Yeah.
It is a board game.
Damn it.
Mm-hmm. You guys fucked up. Man, you
Now
guys
you
are just
fucked up.
not good
Cheers,
at this game.
Patreon.
This is an episode. Well, okay. Cheers, Patreon.
All right, how about this one? Max.
Now I think he's just.
Max?
Max.
That's just a human name.
All right, no, I'll go with this one. This one's funner. Set Junior. Set Junior.
Trick.
Set Junior.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Oh.
Set
Yeah, I'm
Junior.
gonna go trick.
It's a game.
Fucking hell.
Fuck.
How
I
about
feel
this
like
one?
we've seamlessly transitioned from main episode to bonus.
We're gonna
Just
do
no. Yeah.
one more,
All right,
and then
one
we're done.
more. One more.
Salcho.
Salcho?
Salcho.
Can you spell it?
Salchow.
Can you use it in a sentence?
Salcho is a word I said just now.
Can you use it in a better sentence?
Salcho is a word I said a sentence ago.
I mean, by definition, I guess that is better.
Salcho, the board game where you.
See, that's what I'm looking for. I'm gonna go board game. It sounds like a game where you like.
I've said trick
Take
every
little-
time and been wrong, so I'm gonna stick to my guns, trick. But sorry, Jason, what?
Jason, you basic, you dumb. It's a trick. It's the South Show.
Hey, it paid off.
It sounds like a game. It sounds like a game that would be using like circles, kind of like checkers, but like
it
in
was
some other fashion.
It was a jump of sorts, I think. So
So yeah, circles, jumping. It's almost the same thing.
you know what else is the same thing as figure skating? You know what's the same thing as figure skating? Going to DLUTI.com, and
Yep.
over there you'll find our links to everything.
It takes
you can,
the exact same amount of effort.
Yep. You can go to
just as
patreon.com/DLUTIPod.
painful.
You can go to our YouTube. We are youtube.com/@DLUTIPod. You can find us on all socials at either Don't Look Under the Internet or DLUTI Pod. Honestly,
Just Google DLUTI.
us. You can go to our Google phone number. It is 630-909-9366. And if you do that, if you text us, we respond. If you leave us some voicemail, we play it on the show. We actually got a couple to play on the show now, which is good.
Holy
We kind of got a
shit.
few.
Oh hell yeah!
We got a few.
People,
Ooh, I
and
gotta look
then-
for that.
Yeah. And then if you go to our Buy Me a Coffee,
Yes.
buymeacoffee.com/DLUTIPod. Once again, all of those are going to go towards Zane's fund.
The Memorial Fund. Yep.
Yep. So go ahead and go on there. And again, if you do give to Zane's fund, just even outside of our Buy Me a Coffee, if you post any type of like, oh, I did this, or like, any type of verification, I did it, I've donated a fund, anything like that, we'll shout you out for, helping give to, his family and his loved ones that, are there for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a tough situation. It's super sad. We're so happy that he was here while he was. He added a lot of life to the Discord, a lot of life to the community. So for that, we want to say thank you so fucking much. And please, if you have anything that you can give to a very good cause, absolutely do it. Again, buy me a coffee. It will not buy us beer for this next month. Instead, it will help a family in need. So please consider going to give something there.
Mm-hmm. And again, once we figure out the link for the funds, we will be putting that in the link to this video as well. We just they haven't posted that kind of information yet. So
I'll add it to that.
We'll get it when we get it.
Yeah. Yep.
Other than that,
Mike, what do you got to say to the people, the beautiful people?
Badoo-doo.
Badoo-doo.
On this episode, I'm going to
that's
say...
not topical.
Oh no!
On this episode, I am going to say... I don't get that.
The Marilyn Manson news.
Blow on by it.
Yeah.
Okay. I just know it's a song.
We should
because I
maybe
don't know
stop
any
using
other
that
context.
joke.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I think we should just steer clear of Manson from,
Anyway,
from here on
I
out.
don't... Okay, sure. I don't understand anything about
That's
him.
fine.
but-
That's,
okay.
the less you understand, the better.
Okay, I will just say, I'm going to take a page out of Moot's book here and just be like, love yourself, love people around you, say hi to a friend.
Only if they consent, though.
Sure, and say hi to a friend that you haven't said hi to in a while.
Yeah. Yeah, you never know how long they're going to be around. So.
That is super topical. One of my buddies from college that I haven't talked to in like 2 years just messaged me today. So maybe...
What do you got to say to the people?
Fucking stay paranoid, everybody. The internet's full of stupid shit. It's full of good shit, too. But sometimes you don't know what's what.
We've definitely contributed to the former more than the latter.
Oh, God, yeah. No, we are not making the world a smarter place by any means. Are we making it better? Maybe.
Also, no.
I hope so.
Nope.
But absolutely not. So, I don't know. Do with whatever information we give you as you will. But mostly stay fucking paranoid. Matt, what do you got?
Yeah, mostly I think Mike took my bit, so...
He did. He
You can
pulled the rug out.
You can do
Yeah.
it better.
No,
You do everything
no,
better than me.
No, you're Mike. You're
Take-
like...
Take his bit.
There's a reason we start and end with Mike, because everybody likes Mike.
No, you can. It's just because I don't know how to shut up.
You
can
are a
take my
fan
bit.
favorite.
It's just
You are
because
the-
Mike started talking and we just gave up trying to make him
No-
stop.
No one stopped him. So, like,
You can take my bit.
this
Go
is
ahead.
the new normal.
What
You should
your
take his
bit
bit,
is
though.
you ask us to do. Okay,
Your bit
everybody.
is to
so
scapegoat.
go, I need everybody to go to DLUTI.com. If you go to
No, do
DLUTI.com,
something-
you'll find links to all of our... What?
No, do something tooth related. That's what I meant.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Ooh.
Send us your bicuspids. I don't know.
Yeah.
Martha needs them,
brother. Not pictures, just the whole thing.
We have a P.O. box, so
We
do
do
that.
have
we do have
P.O.
a P.O.
box.
box.
Holy
We should really
shit.
fucking say that.
Do we remember what it is?
It's in the description.
Discord.
Hell yes!
It's in the
Okay,
description.
It's in the description. Yeah.
It
It's
is
also
in
pinned
the
Discord.
description.
P.O. Box
Yep.
6437, Aurora, Illinois.
Hell yeah.
60598.
Yep.
Send
Send
us
us
shit.
We got the
Send
big
us
one.
shit.
We got a giant drawer where we can collect all sorts of packages.
It's an 11 by 11. I wouldn't call
That's
that
the
a giant.
second biggest option, Mike.
Well, everybody
We're
have a
in the
nice
height of
night.
luxury.
Yeah.
Goodbye, everybody. We love you. Height of luxury.
Goodbye, everybody.
It's basically a studio apartment.
Hey guys, this is Richard. You all know me more as Sinister Metal from the cult. I got a story here that's not necessarily scary, but it's kind of freaky. So, I used to have a dream where I would chase a dude in a car, you know, trying to chase him down. And the first time I had this dream, I hit this hill, and I hit the road, and I skid to a stop and pointed my gun at him, and it stopped, you know, dream over. Second time I had this dream, I pulled through the yard, I hit this hill, the car flipped upside down, and I fell out. And as I was approaching the ground, I got about an inch from the ground, and when I woke up, I was an inch from my ceiling. Now, I was in a bunk bed, but bunk beds aren't that close to the ceiling. But the moment my eyes opened, I was an inch from my ceiling, and I fell into my bed and freaked out. When I looked over the edge of my bed, my brother was standing in the doorway, mouth gaping. So I had a witness to leaping levitation. Some craziest shit that's ever happened to me. So, hope that's good enough for you guys. Love you guys. Have a good one.